Hey everyone, there's something funny, I swear to God. They seem like an event for kids go absolutely horrible. I don't mean like there's an accident that leads to a very bad injury, but more so leads to like a laughable mess where it's so unorganized, you can't even pretend like there's any magic in it at all. As a kid, don't get me wrong, it would be just depressing because, you know, having like an event like for a Halloween party or seeing like a celebrity show up, it would feel like the center of a lifetime opportunity that would never happen again. But then on the day of the event and, you know, it turns out horribly and you're just heartbroken and it feels like the whole world is shit. But that's where the comedy comes from. Like the attempt to make something magical being so awful, that's funny enough on one side, but seeing a kid bawl his eyes like, oh my God, this is so bad, that's funny as well. By the way, I want you to say now before I fully start the video, there is a motorbike festival going on in town, you know, and I live in town, so you're probably gonna hear weird sounds for this video, and if you hear a guy revving his engine, just know he has a huge dick. But anyways, back on track, for this event or occasion, if I was a die-hard Bluey fan, like I had a huge tattoo on my chest and my fat stomach, I probably would want you to stop living if I went to this event, this Bluey event that turned out horribly. I'm going to be honest, I think the first time in history an event for little boys and girls has gone this bad. It literally is a tragedy and very depressing. Well, basically, it was like an unofficial event by some restaurant in Vegas called Dirt Dog, which is that name, ugh. If you go to a place that's called that, you know, what do you really expect, you know, it's a subpar experience. But before I dig in on how bad it was and laugh at all the kids crying, I do want to preface that it was completely free. Like, they simply put on Facebook like an ad for it, inviting people to come, you know, with no paying fee at all, and they could stay as long as they want. So that's the one thing holding me back from calling this whole thing a scam and making me feel more sympathetic to the people behind it, because they just want all the kids to have a good time at the end of the day.
You can bet nothing like this would ever happen here in Australia, but a Bluey event in America has left kids in tears and parents fuming. 3,000 people RSVP'd to this event to meet the star, but when Bluey finally arrived, it was a bloke in a onesie.
It was a bloke in a onesie. I love that so much. I did forget, like, Bluey, I'm pretty sure the studio that makes it is from Australia, so probably some arrogance of being like, oh bloody, they tried to see that character and they f***ed it up. Oh, as well, 3,000 people came over as well. God, I forgot, like, when I first like read about it, the people that own the restaurant, they were expecting like maybe at best 50 or 60 people. But with that much, more than like 10 times than what they expected, it was destined to go to shit. Oh, and that poor guy in the costume, the bloke, I feel so bad for him. You can tell he's the one guy in the kitchen that was patient enough to actually put on the costume, you know, and maybe entertain the kids, but it just dug into him non-stop. We got ripped off, laughing face emoji. Yeah, he got ripped off for paying for nothing.
I saw him, my desk ignore him. I was mad.
What, did he look like the cartoon? Did he look like on TV?
No, he looked like unexpected. We could like see his beard.
I don't make the joke, but a little white girl being pissed off like some black guy playing Bluey, she could have, you know, really dug into him. In that girl's defense somewhat, I can name a couple of characters that would make me livid if I saw like some cheapskate trying to imitate them like SpongeBob or Doraemon, whatever. Well, no matter how hard they're trying to play the character, I would like really criticize every bit of the costume. Like just being like, that's not the right color for SpongeBob's red tie. You're nothing but a fraud.
Sophia and other kids had the same reaction. The Bluey they expected was not who greeted them. On the left, this is a photo a parent took at an event with the popular cartoon character Bluey. On the right, it's a staff member of Dirt Dog in a makeshift Bluey costume.
Okay, yeah, that pisses me off. I mean, they said earlier like how everyone else had to wait outside in a line under the boiling sun. But yeah, I can understand that. Maybe, you know, it's very hot. But then why would you want to cram a guy inside that huge costume where it probably costs thousands, you know? It probably is not that ventilated well, so for like 5 hours of that event, the guy inside is like just dying from sweat non-stop.
How could you do that to little kids? It was a very upsetting moment to see.
What a bizarre picture. I'm guessing that was the picture they took of like some kid getting his face paint, but it looks like Bluey himself, like the actual character, pimp slapped the kid.
Dirt Dog apologized on social media and says they welcome feedback. Angry parents posted plenty of livid messages. Thanks for ruining my 3-year-old's day. I drove 1 hour just to see a grown man in PJs. Other parents defended Dirt Dog. It's a free event and a risk you take. My son loved it.
Yeah, see what I mean again. Yeah, if you paid for it, yeah, completely within your defense, you just sue the company, not sue the company, but demand a refund at bare minimum. But then again, it was completely free, and plus, with all the advertising shown on the Facebook and Instagram, it didn't look, you know, of course, like that high of a quality. Like, I don't know, were you expecting like a cross-country concert kind of quality? Because you definitely were not gonna get that. It's like some bum restaurant in Vegas.
Dirt Dog says they want to make it up to those who are disappointed. Their team from LA is coming in. They are planning a family day, and they are working to bring in the real Bluey. I asked if they would post photos in advance of what people should expect. They say they are working on it.
And see, that's well, even after like it went so bad, they were still promising like, you know, a maybe return of a better experience for kids, you know, where it was, you know, of much better quality. Which first off, they don't really owe the customers shit, because, you know, like I said earlier, it was for free. And plus, from the stuff I've seen of people reacting on Facebook, they seem like so just critical. To the point that if I was a restaurant owner myself, I'd be like, alright, yeah, I'm sorry, what more do you want? That was the last time I do it. Because from some of these comments on Facebook, they sound really childish. Bluey is a guy in bluey pajamas, one person wrote. Is that an actual character costume? Another person said that the man in the outfit didn't wear the hood and sat in the restaurant with no emotion. I mean, come on, he's a grown-ass man. Like, well, do you really want him to have like anime voice actor kind of energy? Because that would be torturous. When I saw him, I just ignored him. I was mad, a child said. Her mother told the network that the kids were distraught and some were crying. Many people point out the costume more closely resembled Bluey's dad, Bandit. Nerd. Users said that only face paints offered were whiskers and paw prints, almost as if the whole show about the dog was about a dog. This was horrible and a waste of time, one person wrote on Facebook. You pissed off a community of parents, adding that their daughter was super disappointed. My god, that's the kind of thing you would write like on the side of a building after like someone was crucified for this event. This was a joke, another person wrote. I can't even tell you how many little children were upset. What would you do at your kids? Question mark, exclamation mark. That was another thing I saw as well, of parents being like, I drove out 2 hours to get to this restaurant. But then again, if you're the one to drive your kids out there, you'd have just stopped at any point and be like, oh no, we're going back home. It probably won't be that good. Because two things could have happened. One, it was this one and it turned out horribly, and they could have seen on the news that, you know, it probably was worth it to stay at home. Or two, it went good and your kids cry. But then again, it's just kids, like, who cares? This event was extremely disappointing, someone else wrote. False advertising at its finest. I would rather eat a hot dog at Sam's Club, Costco, or 7-Eleven rather give them my money ever again. And you know what? The only thing I have left to say is, like, again, it was something for free. I know it was awful, but again, if it was really that bad, you just left at any point in time. Even if your kid cries and gets angry at you, you know, they're just kids. They'll probably just forget about when they go to sleep the next day. I actually feel worse for the people running the event, because there's nothing worse than having your whole place packed with customers, trying to attend to them, and then have to listen to them, you know, getting angry at you non-stop. Or even after that whole painful experience, they're still deciding on doing another event in the future, but much better. And that pisses me off, because I know for a fact there are gonna be parents that are like, yeah, we kind of deserve to go in for free, because we went to the first one and yeah, it wasn't that good, to be honest. We deserve it, because we went through it, honey, trust me.